Hi you guys, it's Amanda from Healthy House on the Block here, and this week we are talking about hosting parties and specifically how to do it with health in mind. That means making it healthier for your guests, making it healthier for your house, and making it healthier for the environment through some of the choices that we're making when we're having people over to our house. So I'm just going to run down a quick list of some helpful tips that I have in this week's blog post. And to start, I'm going to talk about using real silverware and using real dishes. I get that it's really convenient to use paper plates, plastic silverware. However, these are really unhealthy options, especially because they're in contact with our food. So using something that is a real, like metal or glass or porcelain plate or silverware is going to be the best option. I realize that it can create a lot of work when it comes to doing all of those dishes. If you have someone who's willing to help you in the kitchen, I would say go for the real option. If you just can't get around it, there are some really healthy and more sustainable options that you can find online. So Earth Hero is a great resource for finding silverware and plates that are one-time use but are made of a more eco-friendly material like bamboo or another type of renewable resource. You can also try Mighty Nest, and I have those links in my blog post this week, and you can actually get a 10% discount off of your order with those. So going for real or more sustainable options when it comes to the actual silverware and plates at your party is going to be the best thing to do. Next on the list is using linens to dress up your table, and going for something that's like a natural cotton or a natural like linen blend is going to be great. It'll add some color to your table without adding any sort of toxins. We want to avoid plastic tablecloths and things like that you can see in the one-time use section of a party store. Another thing that you could do to really improve the health of your party is go for like a natural centerpiece. So the holidays are coming up. It's a great time to use flowers or actual plants and maybe things like pine cones or natural wood to make a centerpiece that doesn't have plastic, doesn't have paint, and doesn't have extra toxins. We also want to avoid those scented candles in our centerpieces. If you can opt for maybe a diffuser blend going in the background, that's going to be a much healthier option. And a lot of times these essential oils that we're using in our diffusers actually support emotional health, and they can create a really positive feeling around your party. I'm actually sharing 4 of my favorite diffuser blends for hosting parties on my blog, so I will have that link below that you can click on and check out those diffuser blends. They're super simple. They're using oils that a lot of us already have, and they're not super complex or tough to make. So the next thing on the list for hosting a party is going to be using natural like platters and glassware and serveware. So going for glass, if you want to use a natural wood, do that, but make it something that's not plastic. Again, we want to avoid our food touching plastic, and using something that's real. A, it's prettier. B, it's just going to be a healthier option. And C, it's not going to end up in a landfill somewhere. So next on the list is kind of about the feeling of the space and the climate inside. We know that if you're inside hosting a party, it gets hot really fast. And there's a lot of bodies and a lot of people breathing. If you can open a window just a crack or have your whole house fan running while you have your party going, that's going to be the best option for keeping the indoor climate ideal. We want to be exchanging air with the outside, especially if you're cooking and you have like a gas stove or gas burners, or you have a fireplace going, and then you have all the guests. It's a lot of toxins that are being added into the air, and getting the air circulating with some sort of vent fan or a ceiling fan and then maybe a cracked window or 2 is really going to help improve the indoor air quality during your party. If you live in a warmer climate, it's totally okay to have your party outside, or to have an outdoor dining space or an outdoor meeting space for all of your guests. I think that is such a great option to incorporate into having people over and hosting a party, is to have an element where you're outside or you have fresh air around you all of the time. It can be a really positive experience for you and your guests. And then the last thing that I have on the list today is incorporating real herbs and real food into your party menu. So if you have beverages or you have a salad or you have garnishes, try to use real food and real, herbs that you have. Maybe you have a garden or you have an indoor herb garden. That you can put these things out on platters or incorporate them into the food. But using this tactic instead of doing a lot of boxed or canned or goods that maybe aren't as fresh is really going to improve the health of your party, and it always tastes better. So those are my tips. I have the blog post below that you can click on and take a peek at to find those diffuser blends and some of my top picks for more natural products that you can use at your next party.